Hello and welcome to SUN News, the only place in Flensburg where you can catch the sun for more than 5 minutes at a time.
Our dedicated team of reporters are working tirelessly to bring you the freshest news from the front line of sport.
My name's Callum.
And I'm Mona, and here's what has been happening across the globe today.
An unlikely friendship has begun in North Korea. Basketball player and fashion icon Dennis Rodman has caused a stir by going against US sanctions and entered North Korea to meet the son of his former friend, Kim Jong-un.
Now to our reporter on ground, Chad Hoffman, to find out more.
I am Chad Hoffman, reporting live from North Korea, where basketball legend Dennis Rodman and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un are preparing for a legendary game of basketball. Kim Jong-un, an avid fan of basketball, invited Rodman and several other basketball superstars to North Korea for a friendly game of basketball. As you can see here today, there's a lot of talent on display.
That's how we do.
America!
Not got it, the butt.
Wait, what were we supposed to say? And the final score for this epic game, North Korea 472, United States 0. And now back to the studio.
Yeah, long live North Korea! North Korea!
When people in England played with a small plastic ball on a table with round wooden bats 100 years ago, perhaps it never occurred to anyone, and indeed not to anyone, even 3 decades ago, that the game would be played as such a vital role in the Olympic movement and be used someday as a powerful weapon in diplomacy, leading to the reopening of the Chinese-US relations in the early 70s contemporary history of the world.
The era of ping-pong diplomacy had begun 12 months earlier when the American team, in Nagoya, Japan, for the World Table Tennis Championship, got a surprise invitation from their Chinese colleagues to visit the People's Republic. Why had they been invited? The Chinese felt that by opening a door to the United States, they could put their mostly hostile neighbors on notice about a possible shift in alliances. The United States welcomed the opportunity. President Richard M. Nixon had written, "We simply cannot afford to leave China outside the family of nations." Nixon's journey 7 months later, in February 1972, would become one of the most important events in U.S. post-war history. Never before in history has a sport been used so effectively as a tool of international diplomacy, said Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai. For Nixon, it was the week that changed the world.
So, have you heard about the strange events that have been happening at the Olympic Games recently?
Yes, politics can really change sport competition, but it can also be the other way around. The Olympic Games have a huge impact on political issues in participating countries. Even nowadays, sport diplomacy matters. An Olympic Charter, and especially the so-called fundamental principles about Olympism, exist since more than 100 years. It states, for example, that the practice of sport is a human right. And of course, any form of discrimination is not allowed. As you may know, Saudi Arabia has very strict rules regarding women. That's why the Olympic Committee decided to act. They pressed Saudi Arabia to send female participants for the last Olympic Games here in London. The Olympic Committee and Saudi Arabia could find an agreement. However, it is important to keep in mind that the Olympic Committee would have banned the country from London 2012 generally if they had not sent someone. So you see, sport can change politics. Have you heard about the political situation in Ivory Coast that led to civil war?
Unfortunately I have. What a terrible situation. Although the story does have a positive ending, it was the Ivory Coast's own international football star, Didier Drogba, who was there at the front lines asking both sides for a ceasefire.
Aha! Once again, sport played a key role in diplomacy. Now to our reporter live from the scene.
men and women of Ivory Coast, from the north, south, center, and west. We proved today that all Ivorians can coexist and play together with a shared aim to qualify for the World Cup. We promised you that the celebration would unite people. Today we beg you on our knees. The one country in Africa with so many riches must not descend into war. Please lay down your weapon, hold elections. All will be better. We want to have fun, so stop firing your guns.
Thank you for watching, and I hope today you've learned the importance of sport in diplomacy.
Until the next time, keep your body and mind active. Auf Wiedersehen!
Cheers!
Cut.
1, 2, action.
Have you heard about the strange events that have been happening at the Olympic Games?
1, 2, action.
Have you heard about the strange events that have been happening?
And to top off the great leader's intense gameplay.
Oh, did you guys go? I didn't go.